Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope you're well. My name is Richard. Welcome to the channel. Whoa! Friends at work, there are none. Let's be very clear. If you've moved from job to job to job, have you ever noticed that your friends drop off? Maybe they start texting within the first few weeks of you leaving, and then it eventually drops off after 2 months. The people you work with are associates at best. Associates at best, okay? Do not share information to these people at work, whatever you're doing in the sideline or as a side hustle or anything like that. Don't go telling them that you're buying cars and selling them on the side. It will get through to management and they'll not appreciate it because management, and I've been in management, expect ultimate, uncompromised devotion to the organisation. So keep your mouth shut. They're not your friends. They're just not your friends. Is anyone coming? No. Can I stick this up here? Yeah, I can. Let me stick this up here. Just bear with me. I hear so many people that are so disappointed. That are so disappointed when they leave an organisation that the people that they were working with are no longer communicating with them. They were never your friends. At best, they were associates. Just remember that. Don't start thinking that everybody's your friend. I've worked through British Telecom and Accenture if you want to call it that. I've worked through various NHS organisations. I've worked abroad in 2 countries, Estonia and Qatar. And all those people of the past have gone. Maybe one or two. Out of all of them, they're associates. They will let you go. And that's okay because in them letting you go, you're letting them go as well. Because you're moving forward. We move forward. It's like being on a slow train, stopping off at platforms where people get on the train and you say hello to them. And then other people get off the train and you're on the train. You're going through a journey through life. So don't be upset when you leave an organisation and what you thought were friends are no longer texting you. They're moving forward on their own train, stopping off at stations along their journey of life, just like you are on your own train, picking up people, letting people off. Is that a good analogy? I think it is. But the point here is, be very careful of what you're talking about to those associates. I've made that mistake in the past when working for British Telecom. And sure enough, it didn't do me particularly great favours. I was telling people I was doing this and that and in the software development side, which was not associated to British Telecom. And I think it slowed my job or career. Actually, it's a job, it's not a career. Career is just a word that you disassociate from doing a daily grind, which is a job. Career job, whatever. That's just my thoughts as I get older and wiser. But we don't need to talk about that. But as I was talking to people, stupidly, I think it stopped my journey of job enhancement and pay enhancement by opening my mouth. Blah, 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 blah. Don't open your mouth. Associates, they're not your friends. They will talk to other people and it'll eventually get up to management. And I ended up being pulled in and saying, why are you talking about this and why are you writing software for this? And things like that. Well, I was pushing my boundaries from a technology perspective where work in organisations were not pushing my mind. Yes, this was self-development on technologies that were up and coming and subsequently pushing my boundaries and learning of which they would have reaped the benefits. Yeah? And I explained this to my boss, and he went, yeah, because it was a he. It was never a she then. It's a she now. Yeah, it's always a she now. But that's another subject. And they never know what you're doing. The she's never know what you're doing. They don't understand what you're doing. So how do they give direction to what's coming next? That's another subject. Yeah. But what was I saying? Oh, Jesus, Mother of God. Oh my goodness. Just, I explained this to my boss of the past, the male bosses, and they understood. And they said, oh yeah, that's an interesting way of looking at it. Yeah, we could take, and how are you going to bring this into the organisation that we're working for now? And I'll say, when I've figured it out, I'll come and tell you. And I did. And then we stupidly implemented it, and the boss got the bonus, not me. I was bringing new stuff in, and I didn't get the right bonus. Keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. Stop telling people what you're doing. Yeah? Just stop telling people what you're doing. I'm looking around myself because I'm wondering if anybody's coming from that direction or that direction, and I'll feel a bit embarrassed, yeah, about being in front of a camera and babbling to you. Do you find that, from your experience, do you find that the people at work are associates or friends? And what is a friend? Yeah, I'm just saying, most of the people that I've worked for in the bike, which is a fairly vicious industry, are backstabbers. They will, one or two will backstab you. Yeah, so keep your mouth shut. They're associates, they're not your friends. They're not looking out for your welfare. Yes, they're not looking out for your future or journey into the future. There's only one or two people in my journey of jobs or career, call it what you want, that I will open up to, because they can bring benefit and help me or whatever we're doing moving forward, and they'll keep their mouths shut. Yeah, and I know they'll keep their mouth shut. One or two people. Of course, my journey in technology is coming to an end. Don't care anymore. I've got a simple job which pays just as much as my journey through IT on a 0-hour contract. Always keep your ideas to yourself. Let's take this down. People keep on asking me which camera to buy. I'll tell you now, if you're not going to be working in a hot environment like the windscreen of your car, then go and buy a DJI Nano. 128 gigabytes, about 260, 270 pound. If you are working in a warmer environment, go and buy a DJI Action 4 or Action 5. The difference between the Action 4 and Action 5 really is that the Action 5 takes 2 microphones and the Action 4 takes 1. There we are, that's that out of the way. How do you feel about when you leave an organisation and they all stop texting you after a month? Yeah? Which has happened to me. I got made redundant 1 month ago. This is the beginning of July. And no one's texting me now. It's all gone. They're not friends, they're associates, and that's okay. That is okay. I know they're associates. There are so many young people across the UK that was made redundant at the same time as me from IT. Unbelievable, really, but it is what it is. From IT. And you would have thought, and these people are under 30 years of age, you would have thought they'd reach out and say, based on my knowledge and experiences and having very senior roles across the world, you'd have thought they've reached out and say, Richard, what do you think to this idea? Should I go for it or whatever? And I'd text them back and say, yeah, that's a good idea, but why don't you try this as well? None of that. They're probably on ChatGPT looking for the ideas, and I appreciate that. AI is going to take over, and it will take over. It will, sadly. It will, but that it is what it is. How long is this now? I don't know. Fantastic technology, these cameras. Fantastic technology. This is the DJI Osmo 360. It's a brilliant camera. Brilliant. But what do you think? Have you found that you thought they were friends, but actually they're not? You leave an organisation and then they stop texting after 2 weeks, and after a month you're ghosted. Yeah? No one comes back to you. And that's okay. That's okay, really. Susie, are you coming? Let's go home for a coffee. What do you think? It's beautiful weather. Next week's going to be a heat wave again. This will probably come out when the heat wave is well and truly underway. You tell me what you think. Friends and associates. From my experience, going through the passage of life, you've only got really 1, 2 or 3 friends. If you think you've got more than 3 friends, Susie, come on, babes. Then you might be kidding yourself. Having 739 friends on Facebook is not a reflection of how many friends you have. Come on, babes. My goodness, it's beautiful out here. That's a beautiful house. A beautiful house up there. Wow. Right. I'll bring the video to an end. Comment below, tell me your thoughts. What do you think? I'd love to know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to give it a like. If you are subscribed, I thank you very much. It's much appreciated. Much more content coming up on personal experiences from myself. Thanks very much for watching. If you got this far, I'd be surprised if you did. If you did get this far, put a comment down and say you got that far. I'll see you soon. Thanks ever so much. Bye bye. Come on, Susie. Let's go get breakfast. Come on, puppy.